Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I got another one that's going to be done in the yard, y'all. It's not going to be a fishing video, but as always, it's going to be somewhat pertaining to fishing. But today, I'm going to be doing something that, I ain't gonna lie, I've been trying to think about it in my mind for a long time, trying to figure out how to do it. I know I put a lot of fishing content on here about bass fishing, but I do fish for other species of fish from time to time. And one reason why you don't see a lot of it is because my setup is, you know, dealing with my Pelican bass radar, is not really set up to do some of the fishing that I like to do. So today I got a real good one for you all. I'm gonna be attempting to add a rod holder to my boat. Now, the plan is to not put any holes in my boat. I've drilled a couple of holes in my boat already, but the plan is not to put any more holes in the boat. So I kind of got a method of how I'm gonna do this right here, and I'm gonna bring y'all right along with me. So let's get to it. I'm gonna put my camera on my head today so I can free up my hands a little bit better, but we're gonna get right to it, and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do. All right everybody, let's get to the nitty-gritty. The product that I'm gonna be using today is Railblazer. It's a rod holding thing. I'll leave a link down in the description below me about it, but this is the rod holder that we're going to be using today. Here's the two pieces to it. This is the piece that kind of, I guess, turns it into the Railblazer. The other part that I'm going to be using, I'm going to use a Railblazer kayak expander track. I think it expands up to maybe 9 inches. On the back of it, you have some more things that help it extend out. These are the screws that I'll be using. These are, I guess, additional things that you can use on this part right here, but I don't think I'm gonna need that. Also, the tools that I'm gonna be using, oh, of course, it done blowed away 100 times. Just a little paper showing you how to use it, you know, put it together, whatever. But also we're going to use my old trusty Black & Decker drill and my little trusty Craftsman tool bits. I think the only thing I'm going to need is like a Phillip head screwdriver, but yeah, let's get to it. Oh yeah, and I got my little trusty old little knife to handle that part. All right, so the area, like I said, the plan is to do this without putting any holes into the boat. So any of y'all out there that has followed my video, you know how I get down. I got a floor in the subfloor in my boat. It's 3/4 inch wood. So the main thing that I want to do, I make sure that I put my fish finder on, because I need it for just to make sure wherever I position it at is to my liking. But the main thing I want to do is I want to kind of connect this Railblazer at an angle, because the area of the floorboard where I'm going to be installing is right here. So I want to kind of like set it down and get a ballpark, you know, get an idea of how it's going to be positioned according to my fish finder. I don't want anything hidden. You know, I want to try to leave myself enough room back behind here where I can, you know, grab my rod comforter and it's not in a bad position. The thing about these pieces for the Railblazer, they kind of piece together and the screws secure them, but it allows you to adjust the length of them. So I want to go to max length. I want to go to max length on it, so I'm gonna just go ahead and piece it together and try to you know, somewhat put it in a spot that I want it in. So give me a moment. Put this together, that together. Okay, so it's not secure all the way, but this thing. Okay, the other thing is I want to make sure that, you know, the location of it is good with the position of the rod holder. You know, I kind of like that position right there compared. So what I want to do is I wanted to put this piece together and kind of like feel for the edge of the wood and somewhat mark, you know, somewhat put a mark on the floorboard using, I need to go get me a pen. Okay, now that I got it outlined, I kind of want to trace it now and give myself somewhat of a blueprint of how I want to lay it down. This is not the best way, but it's the way that I want to do it. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold on one second. As y'all can see, I kind of did an outline of my piece. So the next step is I'm gonna carefully carve out that section. Just like that, we got that piece cut out. We got some little cleaning up I got to do around it. We're going to the next step. So the next step is to carefully tap in the screws to keep this thing still in there. Done, you got to track. Now the reason why I cut this piece out of the carpet is because it sits right below the carpet, and so when I'm not using this rail, you know, it still kind of feels like a smooth surface somewhat if I step on it. So that's the reason why I put it down, so it's kind of like countersink from the regular floor. If y'all can kind of see, it's not sure if you can really see it from that angle, but it's kind of like countersinked. See, it's got a little bit of a drop, almost even with the floor. But let's go ahead and try to put the track on and see exactly how it does. Kind of like got to work it on a little bit, but for the most part it works really well. Works really well. So if I put it in this position, I will lock it down, and then I will take my rail blazer rod and put it like this. Now this little piece right here locks it in. That's it. I mean, that's it, hooked on. I think the height of it is around maybe close to 10 inches high, which give me enough clearance right here, you know, this much space in between it, but feels pretty secure. So let's get a rod. Let's get a rod over here. I did a lot of research on how the rods are actually sitting in it. You can have it sitting like this with the lock in it. You also can have the rod sitting upside down like this right here with the lock in it. You know, it's pretty much however you want it, whichever way you feel more secure. This is not my rod I'm going to be using. It's a bigger reel. The one I'm going to be actually using is a smaller reel. I can turn it sideways and have it fitting like this. Any way I feel comfortable with it. You know, I kind of like that way. That way, if something pull it, it's not going to pull it out. Looks pretty good. Anything just to hold my reel in. That's what I need. I need something that, you know, let's grab this. Let me put my camera back right here. Not sure if y'all can see that, but the main reason why I wanted, if I get a bite or something pull the rod that way, it stays secure. It doesn't move anywhere. If something pull it straight off, you know, it might come up a little bit, but it's secure. It won't come off. If something grab it and pull back that way, it's secure. It's not going anywhere. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for something that I can feel comfortable using on my boat. And these right here, I think it's a great addition. At the end of the day, I hope it helps someone out there, you know, maybe come up with a better idea than mine when it come down to putting some rod holders on you. But you know, I had just been tackling with this for a couple of years. I first tried the PVC pipe, didn't like it. Thought about putting, you know, drilling holes and putting it in my boat, but didn't want to do that. So I looked at this and just kind of figured, hey, I got that 3/4 inch plywood at the bottom of my boat, might well to use it. Once I did the measurements of the screws and everything, I found if I tapped the screws down in it, that it wouldn't go all the way through the subfloor, damaging the bottom of the boat. So I figured I'd try this. I think it came out pretty well. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for stopping by, checking out my channel. I hope you like these rod holders. Hey, y'all get to it, you know, out there. So I'm pretty sure somebody else got a better idea than I did. You know what I'm saying? So I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Start like this. So this is how my rod is going to actually fit in here. And I'm going to lock it down like that. And the whole key is to have it with like my camera. I think I can see my rod tip. Yeah. But like say I get a bite, something pull it this way, you know, it's not going anywhere. Something pull it that way, it's not going nowhere real quick. Something pull it that way, it's not going anywhere. Have it like that, and I can lock it in. Now this way, nothing can pull it out. If I did have a drag, and that's probably the way I'm gonna keep it most time when I'm fishing. And if I want to change the angle of my rod, I can just.
So you gonna order you another one?
Well, I think so.
That's neat.
And,
but you able so now you gonna have to stop putting so much stuff on the boat.
Mama, these right here when I go do certain types of fishing.
Yeah, but I'm just what I'm saying, but don't leave yourself some room.
God, boy, I just been dropping the camera.
You get your legs right on.
Well,
don't they?
I got it.
There you go. Now it's scrap it time with weather like this.
Ain't gonna be a lot of that kind of stuff.
But temps are going back up after the weekend.
Yeah.
Back up in the 90s.